Hi everyone, in today's lesson I want to give you some examples of word problems involving simultaneous equations. So please turn to a new page of your notebook, write down the date of today and the learning target. And before I start, I want to give you some skills of solving word problems. Okay, and there are two. The first step you have to do is to identify the unknowns and number of unknowns in the questions. And the second one is you have to set up equations related to the information stated in the questions. Okay, so for example, if you identify two unknowns in the question, okay, that means you have to set up two equations. And this is the rule. And I'll give you two examples. The first one is examples 8.5. So let's take a look at the question. The figure shows a right angle triangle ABC. Okay, so we know that it is a right angle triangle. Okay, it is given that the perimeter of the triangle is 30 cm. It is also given that the length of BC is 13 cm. And the question asks you to find the lengths of other two sides of triangle ABC. Okay, so when you take a look at the questions, the first question that you can ask yourself is how many unknowns are here now? Okay, and the answer is 2, and they represent the other two sides of triangle ABC. So therefore, I will let x and y be the lengths of other two sides. Okay, so I write it down. Let AB be x cm and AC be y cm. Okay, so we finished identifying the unknowns in the questions. Then we have to relate x, y to the information given in the questions. Okay, so the first information given in the question is the perimeter of the triangles is 30 cm. Okay, and for the meaning of perimeter is 周界. Okay, so that means if I add all the numbers up in a triangle, it is equals to 30. Okay, so, and then I will make y to be the subject so that I have the first equation. Okay, so therefore the result is y equals to 17 minus x, and this is the equation 1. Okay, so we finished making the first equation. Then as there are two unknowns, that means we have to set up another equation. So what should we do? And the answer is we can apply the Pythagoras theorem as the triangle ABC is a right angle triangle. Okay, so that means for Pythagoras theorem, we know that the square of x plus the square of y equals to the square of 13. Okay, and therefore x squared plus y squared equals to 169, and this is our second equation. Okay, so as you can see, now we have two equations. Okay, then we can solve the unknown. Okay, so we can substitute 1 into 2. Okay, so we have x squared plus 17 minus x squared equals to 169. Okay, again, we have to do the expansion in this question so that we have 17 squared plus 2 times 17 times negative x plus negative x squared. And as you can see, when I do the expansion, I won't do anything in the same sentence, okay? And therefore, x squared plus 289 minus 34x plus x squared equals to 169. Okay, and then we can remove the brackets. So as there is a positive sign, so that means there is no change of the other signs. At the same time, I will put the 169 to the left hand side. And then we can do the simplification. 2x squared minus 34x, and then plus 120 equals to 0. And then I will divide both sides with 2 to further simplify the sentence. Okay, x squared minus 17x plus 60 equal to 0. Then we can solve this equation. So it will become x minus 12 times x minus 5 equals to 0. And therefore, x is equal to 12 or x is equals to 5. Okay, then we finished finding the value of x, and don't forget we also have to find the value of y. Okay, so we'll use the equation 1 again. Okay, 17 minus x okay, and therefore we get the result of y is equals to 5 or y is equals to 12. Okay, so as you can see, they represent the same set of solution. Okay, and therefore we can answer the questions. The lengths of other two sides of triangle ABC are 5 cm and 12 cm. Okay, so we don't have to answer twice, or when x is something, y is something, we don't have to answer like this. As you can see, they are the answer calculated in the calculation represent the two sides. So therefore, these are the answers. So let's take a look of the second example, examples 8.6. In the question, there is a 2-digit positive integer. Okay, so I will mark down 2-digit here. Okay. And the question said, when its digits are reversed, the number is increased by 63. Okay, for the next sentence, it stated that the product of the two digits is 18, and it asks you to find the original integer. Okay, so as the question says, there is a 2-digit integer, so therefore that means there are two unknowns, and I will use x and y to represent the two digits. Okay, and this is our starting point. So I will let x be the 10th digit, and y be the unit digit. Okay, as these two digits represent the original number, so I will also write off the original integer. Okay, so as there are two unknowns, that means we have to set up two equations. So let's take a look of the first information. Okay, so it stated that when the digits are reversed, that means the number from xy will become yx. Okay, and when the digits are reversed, the number is increased by 63. Okay, and it is increased from the original number. Okay, so it is our first information. Okay, the original number plus 63 equals to the new number, and the new number is by reversing the two digits. Okay, and the second information is the product of the two digits. That means we have to multiply these two numbers so that it will become 18. And this is our second information. Okay, after getting the information, we have to write it into equation. Okay, so for the first one, that means for the yellow one, okay, although it is xy, but when we represent it into a number, as x is the 10 digits, okay, that means we have to multiply x by 10. 10x plus y, okay, this is the number, the value, okay, plus 63 equals to 10y plus x. Okay, then we have to do the simplification. Okay, so we put all the things to the left hand side so that it will become 9x minus 9y plus 63 equal to 0. And then I will divide it both sides by 9 so that we have x minus y plus 63 equals to plus 7 equal to 0. And finally, x plus 7 is equals to y, and y is equals to x plus 7. And this is our first equation. Okay, and then from the second information, the product of the two digits is 18. So therefore, that means x times y equals to 18. And this is our second equation. Okay, then we can do the direct substitution. Okay, substitute the first equation into the second one. Okay, so substitute 1 into 2, and we have x times x plus 7 equal to 18. And we have x squared plus 7x equals to 18. And in order to get a quadratic equation, we have to make one sign to be 0. And then we can solve it. Okay, so that we have x plus 9, x minus 2 equal to 0, so that x equals to negative 9, or x is equals to 2. Okay, so for the negative numbers, as the question stated that it is a positive integer, so that means it is no reason to be a negative number, so we have to reject it. Okay, so for x equals to 2, we have to find the corresponding value of y by the equation 1. Okay, so 2 plus 7, which is 9. So therefore, when we put the numbers back into the question, we know that the tens digit is 2. Okay, for the unit digit it is 9. So therefore, the original number is 29. The original integer is 29. So for the remaining time, please help me to finish the two quick patterns 8.5 and 8.6. And for the yellow box, exercise 8A, question 13 to 16, And optional question 25, 26, and 28 are the homeworks for today.